Hello and welcome to Rauta's Reviews. This time we travel to Sweden with Hell's Tornado, or like the name goes, Helvetestromb. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this translation, but that's what I found out on using Google Translate. And when I started thinking about it, well, Helvetes obviously means hells or hell, and Dromb, well, in Finland even we have this word used for smaller tornadoes, not the big ass hurricanes or anything like that. Trombi. So I think probably is close enough. So here it is. Apocalyptic Fires. I was about to say Apocalyptic Rights. That's a little bit different thing. So Apocalyptic Fires, third album by these crazy Swedes. And curiously enough, this album came first from Latin America to Sweden, from where it came to me for review purposes. As you can see, this is CD release, which my own old and picky, but otherwise quality CDI player wouldn't play. So word of warning, those who are looking for a CD version and who might have this kind of a CD player using. Here's the inlay card. I don't know why inlay card and booklet are separated from one another, but it is what it is, and both of these obviously came to me in the same package. Here you can see lyrics for the given band, as well as some black and red photos for the given band and lineup and everything essential related to this particular package. From this we go to Metal Archive site for the band's website, or well, Metal Archive site anyway, which has also the links to the band's social media and Bandcamp and beyond, which again is useful for backdrop, as you always know. So this started already 2010, but under a different name, or at least this is the version Metal Archive site has. Not always 100% sure. I don't know why I have to remind people about it, but maybe because sometimes I get shit for my reviews, like, hey, you based the information on Metal Archive site, which is not even updated, and like, why didn't you update it? So this is my disclaimer. If you don't like it, well, go somewhere else. This is indeed 2016 and onwards been operating under this name, and like said, 3 different albums and also 3 EPs and whatnot. Genre here is labeled as black/thrash metal/crust punk. Might sound a little bit weird, but wouldn't be the first band ever, especially from Sweden, to combine black metal and crust punk. And while here it says current label unsigned, well, I am kind of challenged it a little bit, because this third album, which I have here for review, is indeed coming from a label. So let's talk about that after the basic facts. 3 Guys 2016 seems like very consistent. It's always nice to have a band which hasn't really had that many lineup problems. This means 3 guys, 9 years together and all. Wow, that's good. So, Apocalyptic Fires, about some 37 minutes of music, and comes from Masters of Chaos Productions. This here is a CD, but CDR is officially what's going on. And this came already in December 2024, so a little bit late, a little bit of a delay here. As you can see also, 11 songs, and they are quite short and sweet, which is exceptionally good for this kind of music. My point here is you don't really want to overextend your stay when you're doing kind of a black thrash or even black metal for most parts. So when this is operating roughly 3 minutes mark, on average, that is, some songs are obviously more than that, more than 4 minutes, and some are less than 2, but it makes total sense. The songs are very, very energetic. I would say they're quite violent. Some of these are more pure blood second wave black metal. I'm thinking bands like Darkthrone and Kraft are seeping through the cracks of this music, which is obviously a big compliment. Then again, some parts are really more into thrasher side of things, so you might really think, yes, maybe this has more foot along those lines of first wave of black metal, because then again, this is kind of a Bathorian take in that sense. However, I wouldn't really say that overall this sounds like Bathory, so maybe this crustiness is something that really separates this from a lot of first wave bands. Be it as it may, I think black thrash pretty much sums it up what's going on here. Now, if you're thinking of bands which might come to your mind, apart from Darkthrone and Kraft, which are not again that thrashy, but certainly Yeah, somewhat punky and in that sense somewhat crusty as well. You might think of names like Niflheims from Sweden. I'm not gonna say these sound exactly the same or even that close, but there are similarities. I could say these probably should cater to the needs of these people who are already existing Niflheim fans. Also, in a certain ways, you could say this is more like Destroyer 666, but with less catchy songs and less focus on heavy metal. I'm saying Black Thrash pretty much, once again, sums it up, and having this kind of a violent, all over your face, attacking with, fast blasts and whatnot, and lots of violent energy is pretty much the thing you're looking for, especially if you're going for black thrash like this. No, this is not as technical as, you say, certain Absu releases, or maybe not as heavy metal focused with you when you would call with bands like Usurper. But certainly, overall, I must say this is a pretty impressive release. It's not something like Best of the Pile of 2024, but given the black thrash stuff, it's so many times done over and over again, and a lot of bands seem to fail, including a lot of passion, aggression, violence, and all those, which are, in my opinion, key elements. If I'm keep repeating myself here, it's because I think these are fundamental cornerstones of the given genre. I mean, what the point is doing thrash if you don't have that energy and a certain level of violence with the music, especially when we're talking about old school thrash metal. So when you combine these black metal and thrash metal parts, that's exactly what you get with Apocalyptic Fires. Certain titles of the given songs and all are definitely putting you more on the black metal side of things, but when you listen to the music, you're probably not thinking this is not pure blood black metal first wave or second wave for that matter. Now, if I got you interested, there is a reason to this. This is indeed quite of a good of an album, and I think you should totally give it a go. Now, my only disappointment is that this is CDR copy, because in my opinion, this kind of deserves more. Everything really looks and feels a little bit homemade, coming from the paper and CDR, so overall packaging. But obviously that's not, to remove the focus from the music. Music first always, and whatever packaging and other things there are, well, they are secondary. So far, other versions shows only digital and CDs, so let's hope they will be tape and vinyl versions for those maniacs who prefer the more obsolete format, because I think this is the kind of stuff that probably goes for a lot of tape owners in a perfect way, and vinyl totally. So, Helvetestromb, let's keep your eyes and ears peeled for this one. 3 albums in, they surely know what's going on and what they're supposed to do. I personally hope to see these guys live, because I think this kind of black thrash combination is definitely the kind of stuff that goes better live. And look at this photo, old school stuff with even the old school boombox and all. So now you know, links provided in the description box. Do yourself a service and listen to these guys, and I hope you like it. Off you go, stay metal.